New this morning, a man accused of robbing a pizza delivery woman is behind bars this morning.
News Channel 5's Dan Kennedy is live for us downtown with details. And Dan, apparently they've connected this guy to more crimes around the city.
Yeah, they want to make sure that he is indeed the person they think is responsible for robbing not just one pizza delivery woman last week, but also potentially robbing other pizza delivery drivers in the last year or so. Now, he's only been charged in one incident, but police believe that this guy matches the suspect description for some other very similar crimes. And now that he's in jail, they want to see if these robberies stop. The latest one happened last week when a Papa John's pizza delivery woman was robbed at gunpoint at the Lakeside Apartments on Bell Road in Hermitage. She told police she was just walking upstairs to deliver that pizza when the gunman appeared. He demanded cash. She gave him 40 bucks. He left, and then she called police. Now, that apartment complex and the one right next to it have had several pizza delivery robberies in the past year, and all with a very similar suspect description. The guy we're talking about this morning is Jamon Curry. He's been arrested for the latest incident, and he actually happens to live in that same building where that robbery took place last week. So Amy and Adam, detectives now trying to determine if indeed he could be connected to some of these other pizza delivery robberies. Reporting live downtown, Dan Kennedy, News Channel 5.
Thank you, Dan. And everybody can really breathe a sigh of relief this morning after a crazy and long game 2.
The Predators went into double overtime before winning over the Jets last night, and the Preds put one in just 27 seconds into the first period, and then things got wild. Up 4-3 with just minutes to go in the third. The Jets tied it up, sending us into overtime, but 20 minutes wouldn't do it, so we had to do a double OT, and then after 5.5 minutes, Craig Smith set Kevin Fiala up for a glove slider to win the game. We have more highlights from last night's game coming up in just a few minutes in sports. Don't miss that. You can catch all those details. And the Predators honored the Waffle House shooting hero James Shaw Jr. with a standing ovation during last night's game. Shaw also met with the coach, Peter Laviolette, before the game, and he was given his own personalized jersey. Here's a picture of that. Shaw wrestled an AR-15 rifle away from that gunman after he opened fire at the restaurant, saving numerous lives. He has also raised more than $200,000 for those victims.
And yesterday marked 1 week since those 4 people died at the Waffle House. At 3:25 a.m., survivors, family, and the community gathered at the restaurant to remember and honor the victims. It was an extremely emotional time inside the restaurant, with people sharing tears and hugs. They first held a moment of silence, followed by a prayer and song. The hope is that those lost will not be forgotten and that the community will come together after this tragedy to condemn violence.
We just wanted them to know that once everything goes back to kind of normal, once the police tape has gone and the cameras have moved on, that we still stand together to support them in healing in the community.
And currently 100% of the profits at the Antioch Waffle House are going to the victims of the shooting and their families. It has been 15 years since an East Nashville girl disappeared, and her family and friends still believe she's alive and will be found. A vigil was held in honor of Tabitha tutors last night. The 13-year-old vanished in 2003 as she was heading to catch the school bus. The case remains one of our area's biggest unsolved mysteries. Her parents hope vigils like this will keep Tabitha's story alive.
Well, we're very grateful that every year we have a good group, and you know, we don't have to really remind everybody because everybody knows when it is, and then they show up and everything, so we're grateful for it.
The FBI is offering a $50,000 reward for information that leads to the recovery of Tabitha and the prosecution of those involved in her disappearance.
The search for a missing kayaker ends in tragedy. The body of an 18-year-old was recovered in Smith County yesterday. That teen was last seen kayaking with his father on the Caney Fork River near Betty's Island. That was on Saturday afternoon, and his father is safe and helped with that search. We're still working to find out the teenager's name. We'll bring that to you as soon as we know. A woman is charged with murdering her own baby. That's 25-year-old Sarah Scribner. She's in custody in the Montgomery County Jail right now on criminal homicide. Police were called to a home on Orleans Drive around sometime Saturday night. That's where the 4-month-old was not breathing. She died at the hospital. Police haven't said what contributed to that little girl's death.
Alcohol is blamed on a bizarre incident this weekend in Nashville. It happened near Bell Road and Old Hickory Boulevard yesterday. Police say Kenneth Jester was riding a Walmart electric scooter through traffic. He was so intoxicated, police say he was unable to handle himself. Walmart got its cart back and decided not to press charges, but police arrested him for public intoxication.
Yeah, not suitable for the road, Amy, definitely there. We do have some good news this morning. You will not have to worry about a huge mess on I-40 in the South Loop. If you somehow missed it, the I-40 overpass at I-65 was shut down after a truck crashed into the bridge there on 65 northbound. It happened Friday afternoon and did not clear until Saturday morning. Just unbelievable images. The truck driver was apparently not licensed to carry that load and wasn't even supposed to be on that route. You can see they had to shore up some of the bridge before they could clear everyone to get back through once again.